I want you to take a moment to think about your sleep and how you're sleeping, what you're sleeping with, what is your environment. All right. So, we're also going to talk about some of the changes that I made recently that really changed the game. So, let's dive in and see how you can upgrade your sleep setup and calm your nervous system, smooth out your skin, and even boost your mood. Let's do it.
Embark on a journey to defy time with LMAO, Laughing My Age Off podcast. I'm your host, Erica Kelly, and I started this show because, like you, I'm curious about the secrets to staying youthful as the years go by. Join me as we discover the secrets to slowing down the aging process, exploring expert insights, cutting-edge research, and personal experiences that uncover the art of aging gracefully. It's time to laugh, learn, and embrace a life full of vitality together.
Welcome back to the Laughing My Age Off podcast. This is a show where we age boldly, we laugh loudly, and in today's episode, most importantly, we're going to be napping responsibly. And so today, we're going to be talking about one of the best kept secrets of aging gracefully, and that is your sleep. Now, we've had an episode before on sleep, but this one we're going to be talking about some of those silent co-stars of sleeping. If you guessed your mattress, your pillow, or your sheets, you guessed right. So we're going to dive in today and talk about those three elements that's really a game changer and really helping you sleep at your optimal levels. Now, I'll admit there was a time I didn't really pay attention to any of this, okay? I was tired, cranky, tossing and turning like a rotisserie chicken, to be honest, and just, blaming everything else other than my sleep. So if this sounds like something that you are experiencing, I want you to take a moment to think about your sleep and how you're sleeping, what you're sleeping with, what is your environment, all right? So we're also going to talk about some of the changes that I made recently that really changed the game. So your mattress matters, right? What are you sleeping on? I personally am sleeping on a foam mattress. Now there are, different types of mattresses. There is also between the foam, you also have a spring mattress. What are the differences and which one is best for you? So again, this is all based on your goals with sleeping. Let's talk about some of the differences. All right. With memory foam, it's really obvious with the memory foam, you are getting a lot more pressure relief just naturally from the science of the foam, right? It eases your hips, your back, and your shoulders. So it also, one of the best things about memory foam and why I like it is that it has motion isolation. So if you have your partner in bed, it's not going to wake you up if they have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, or they wake you up because they get up earlier. And so the memory foam is ideal for couples. Also the temperature sensitivity, new models for memory foam can also include some cooling technology. They also help with spinal support. I don't know about you, but if you're over 30, definitely over 40, you want as much support for your spine. So this helps maintain great alignment. And we're going to talk about my newest experience with our new mattress because I couldn't take it anymore. But I'm going to share with you my experience with memory foam here in a second. But going on with a few more benefits of memory foam, it's allergy friendly and it resists dust, mites, and mold. It tends to have more life to it, more of a lifespan. Depending on the model, depending on, I like to think is how heavy and how much you sleep, right? It's just how much wear and tear are you putting on this mattress. They say it can last from 8 to 10 years. Now, I don't know if I quite agree with that. Maybe my mattress isn't as, maybe there's just different variations of memory foam, but that's kind of like the standard for memory foam, 8 to 10 years. And really, it helps you age gracefully because it reduces the stiffness in your joints and aches in your body. I believe that this helps with that. All right, then now switching over to a spring mattress. I've had spring mattresses before, and they're definitely great. They have more bounce. They have more, have the support, similar to memory foam, but it's not like, forming to the mold of your body. With memory foam, right? You sit into it and it kind of just conforms to it. So I like that about memory foam. But if you do not, and if you like a little bit more of a firmer sleep, spring mattresses are the way to go. And they usually have a shorter break-in period. And the spring mattress is known to, you're supposed to flip it. All right. Whereas memory foam mattresses, you're supposed to just rotate them. So I learned that the other day as I was looking up some of this information. I didn't know that. I thought memory foam, you could easily just flip it. No, you want to just rotate it because obviously memory foam is going to feel all the weight to it no matter which way you have it, from top and bottom. Memory foam, my recent experience, I just started to feeling not like myself. And this came off when I was coming off of some trips. I had some trips to Minnesota, some trips to Chicago, and I slept in many different beds, many different hotels, and one of them in particular, I slept in on my sister's bed, and it was phenomenal. I woke up just feeling so good, and the way I went to bed felt really good too. It was like this memory foam kind of like just welcomed me in. I know that sounds weird, but does your mattress welcome you into your bed? It's the weirdest thing. Okay. So I really enjoyed that. So I went ahead and ordered the same one. So the new memory foam mattress that I got was the same one my sister had. And I have no affiliation with this mattress brand, but I want to share it with you because I think buying a mattress is so nerve-wracking, especially if you can't test it out. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever been to a mattress store, they all seem perfect when you're at the store because you're just probably tired from walking, from shopping. That's been my experience in the past. And so number one, it's great to have someone's, personal experience with the mattress. And I didn't want to shop around because I already knew it was good and the experience I had. So the brand that I have is called Zinus, like sinus with a Z, Zinus. So again, I don't have any affiliation. So if Zinus, you're listening, please know that I'm a big fan. But what I really like about it, is that this memory foam doesn't smell. It actually has a natural green tea and purified charcoal infusions that work together to keep the mattress fresh for many nights to come. It had no smell in it. And if you've ever had a mattress or foam mattress, they tend to smell, and you have to kind of air them out, let them breathe for a number of days before you can actually tolerate the smell. So that for one is great. They feature a patented zone pressure relief technology. So it's designed to help reduce aches and pains. And so I feel that immediately as soon as, we took the plastic off of the mattress, it was just like I wanted to lay on it. I even put my dogs on it, and my dogs do sleep with me. So it was nice because it was a bigger size bed that I got too. Also, they have a 10-year, I didn't even know this, they have a 10-year limited warranty. Price range is phenomenal. I mean, I wasn't looking to spend thousands of dollars on a new bed, but I wanted something because I was experiencing just irritability when I came back from my trip from Chicago, and I was like, why is this? And sometimes you don't even know what it is. And then I just started having some meditations. And lo and behold, I was like, you know what? It's the mattress. I don't know. When you meditate, sometimes things just come to you and you're like, just do it. After a while, after meditating, that's been helping me a lot to really kind of guide me, my subconscious. And I know that sounds probably weird if you're not meditating already, but I decided to just make that decision, bought it. And, in addition to that, there's some other things that are also great to consider with your sleep environment. Okay. So let's move on to pillow talk. Pillows. All right. Mattress is number one, right? Your body that it sleeps on. But we know that pillows, I'm such a pillow snob. I feel like every pillow, cheap, medium to really expensive. And I've come to the conclusion that the best pillow is the pillow where you don't have compression on your face. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, most pillows, when you turn, and most of us, even if you're a back sleeper, you're going to turn at some point. It just naturally happens, okay? And I trained myself years ago to try to sleep on my back, okay? And I don't sleep 100% all the time on my back, but that is what I strive for, because wrinkles are caused by when not just from like sun damage, but also when you sleep. You think about it, you should be sleeping at least 6.5 or more hours of sleep. And if you're not, then that's another topic, right? But just knowing that you're in an environment where you almost, you don't even know what you're doing because you're sleeping, but you do know if you have that compression on your cheeks, what's happening? This, and if you're just listening, I've got, my hands on my face putting pressure on my cheeks, okay? So what I came to realize is that there's this one pillow, and I've had it for I had to look because, I have other pillows on my bed, but I always, you always have your favorite pillow. It is a pillow, and actually I'm going to look because I just finally ordered another one. I think this is after 6 years. I probably should have already bought it, but it's around $100 mark, so it's not cheap, right? But the fact that I've had it so long and I've had so many other pillows since then, I'm just like, you know what? This is it. So I went ahead, since we got the new mattress, we're getting a new pillow. So let's do it. This pillow, I'm just going to pull it up here. This one I got on Amazon too. No affiliation with it either, but I'm just giving you tips because it's taken me a long time to figure out my best sleep environment. And we all know sleep is everything. It's one of those medications for your body that's free. And I call it medication because it is. You do it every night. Although this medication is free. Okay. So this is called your face pillow. So, it's got like grooves on it. I don't know if you can see this. On YouTube, I'm showing my phone with the picture of it. So you're sleeping on your back, right? So you are, not giving compression, of course, to your cheeks while you're on your back. Whereas a normal pillow, you'll get the indentations there no matter what. This also comes with a satin pillowcase. So if you've got pillows already that you like, maybe you just don't even care about compression to your face, but satin covers are also a great way to reduce wrinkles on your face. And, I just love this because it helps me stay in place. And even if you kind of turn on your side, you'll see this girl, like you can still avoid pressing against your face. And it has worked for me for years, but I can't even show it on camera. I'm embarrassed because I've used the same, it's a custom pillowcase, and it's got like the biggest hole in it. And my dogs started thinking it was a toy because it's just that worn out. I know, but it's such a good pillow. So I was just like, okay, it's time. So I have that tomorrow, and I just got the new mattress yesterday, and it was the best sleep. I mean, just great sleep. Okay. So solutions to a perfect sleep environment: your mattress, your pillow. So again, I like to support back sleeping, fewer lines. Ladies, if you're concerned about that, it really does make a difference. And, the satin pillowcases or the silk, silk satin. So those are a few tips for that. They also have like wedge pillows. I've had one of those before too, but it's like on a incline, and I'm not like a big fan of. I just didn't feel as cozy in them, but those are also an option. So consider your pillow. Take a moment right now. What pillow are you using? Okay. Is it comfortable? Is it giving you enough neck support? And the thing with that pillow that that I use, it has great neck support. We need that neck support. Okay.
And now for a commercial break. Sitting for hours at my corporate job really wrecked my posture and left me with constant lower back pain. I didn't understand it. I was in my mid-30s. Was this a life sentence? I just felt so stuck. I didn't know what to do. Until I discovered mat-based Pilates. The movement, the core work, it really transformed my body and most importantly, relieved my lower back pain. And that's why I became a certified instructor, to help others break free from that same cycle. So if you're struggling with lower back pain, I get it, but it's not a life sentence. Join me for your first free mat-based Pilates class from your very own home on Zoom. This is a workout designed to restore your balance and strength. And again, your first class is free. They're live every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the show notes. We'll see you there. And now back to our show.
And so what else comes along with your bed? Your sheets. Your sheets are so important, okay? So there are many different fabrics, all right? And as I've gotten older and learned a little bit about energy too, you know, those natural fibers are what we need. And cotton's great, but for sleeping, you know, we want to be at a certain temperature. And the ideal sleeping temperature, can you guess what it is? So for most adults, it's between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So this cooler range helps your body naturally lower its core temperature, which is essential for falling asleep faster, spending more time in deep sleep, okay, and improving your REM cycles and reducing nighttime wake up. And deep sleep, as we know, I mean, this is a no-brainer. It helps with cellular repair and inflammation reduction. So, you know, we're talking about sheets and how, you know, that can definitely affect how well, you know, you get into that deep sleep. And I've had many different fabrics. I really do like the cotton sheets because that makes it breathable. However, you know, I've been experimenting with new sheets. They're cooling sheets, you know, and some recommendations that are for those who get really hot at night, especially women. If you're over 40, you're entering perimenopause, we get those like hot sweats, you know, or if you're just somebody that gets hot at night. So I've been experiencing that a little bit more. And so I've been reaching out and exploring different fabrics like bamboo. There's also tencel, and of course cotton. I've always had cotton, but you just want to make sure you're avoiding polyester blends. I mean, that just goes without saying, even with clothes, ladies. I know we're talking about the sheets, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, linen, cotton, and wool during the winter time. Those are the three fabrics that increase and level up your frequency, and just it's breathable for your skin. So I actually just purchased Cool Fiber. Okay, Cool Fiber spelled, you know, cool, P-H-I-B-E-R. They're Cool Fiber fabrics, and my sister recommended them to me. So again, I'm not affiliated with this brand as well, but they are, you know, it's a fabric that has a heat dissipating blend of cooling nylon and spandex that really smooths your skin. So it actively moves excess heat away from your body all night. So I am so excited about these. I have not gotten them yet, but again, you have a sister, you have a friend that recommends something and it works for them, I trust it. So I'm getting those. I think they're on my phone to come tomorrow, and I will do a follow-up on that in the next podcast to let you know, because I think sheets are another thing that are not cheap. And who wants to return sheets? I mean, it's just like, I don't know. There's some things you just don't return. Although the other day I returned egg whites to Costco. Not to get on a tangent, but I did Uber Eats. Anybody ever do, like, I've done Instacart, but Uber Eats, I ordered twice from them. I wanted like hard-boiled eggs, and they brought me a big box of egg whites. So I returned those because I was like, I am not going to make omelets, 100 omelets, you know, each week. So anyway, back to your sheet. I'm getting the Cool Fiber fabrics, but stick to those great blends of cotton and also bamboo. And tencel is that, I like to say it's like a higher end cotton. So look for those. And again, I will follow up with the Cool Fiber fabric and let you know. And also, one other tip with your sheets, and I tend to do this too, when I want to feel really cozy, you know, what's your ritual before you go to bed? I have these lavender drops. I actually just put a little on my forearm so that like I can smell it, and that enhances, you know, that mood to really like go into this cozy sleep. Okay. So think about lavender, even just like smelling it before bed really just calms your nervous system down. And that leads us into our next, you know, talking piece, and that is your nervous system. We know that deep sleep is super important, and it helps regulate cortisol. We've talked about cortisol so so many times in our other episodes, right? It's your stress hormone. And so if that stress hormone is way too high, that is going to elevate and increase some aging patterns in your body. We do not want to increase that stress cortisol hormone because it's just not good. So create that ritual, as I was talking about with lavender. Turn off your phones. That's a no-brainer, right? And dim your lighting. I do like having dim lighting. If you like to read a book, just make sure it's on the low dim light, like on a Kindle, or if you're reading from a book, get one of those like amber lights. I really like amber lights. Those are really soothing and they're great for your circadian rhythm. And even doing some stretching before bed is a really good ritual, or listening to a little meditation if you have a hard time sleeping. So think about what your nighttime routine is and how you can improve that with a few things. So that is the end of our episode today. It's a little quick one. And I just want you to remember that don't take sleep for granted. It's not something that should be last on your list. It really should be one of the top 5 things of your day to really treat as, an important part of your aging routine, your self-care routine, your wellness routine, whatever you want to call it. It is your superpower. It's free, it's powerful, and sleeping does work if you do it right. So if you set yourself up right with a great sleeping environment, you are getting the best sleep. And of course, you're going to be aging a lot better. So tonight, fluff up your pillow, lay on your mattress that loves your spine, and wrap yourself in cozy sheets. Until next time, sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye. And now for a joke. All right. In line with our sleeping theme here, we're going to be doing a quick little joke. Are you ready? Okay. What do you call a sleeping dinosaur? A dino snore. That's it for today. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.